Woman for sale. She looked like the daughter of a respectable family. I went closer to her. Standing near me, she softly asked, "Will you come with me, sir?" I asked, "How much will you charge?" She replied, "How much will you give?" I looked into her bluish eyes. She seemed helpless. I said, "Come, sit in the car." She was scared. She asked, "How many men are you?" I said, "Don't be afraid, I'm alone." She sat silently. Then she said, "You won't torture me with cigarettes, will you?" I smiled and said, "Not at all." She took a deep breath. Then she asked, "You won't hurt me, right? You can give me 500 less, but please don't treat me badly." She was very beautiful. Innocence dripped from her words. Yet God knows why she was forced to sell her body. She didn't know who I was. I asked, "Have you eaten?" She replied, "No." I stopped the car in front of a hotel. The hotel owner knew me. He quickly packed food and handed it to me. I got back into the car and drove toward my office. The watchman opened the gate. I parked the car. It was 11 at night. Everyone was busy with their work. She kept looking at me constantly. I served the food on a plate and said, "Wash your hands." She replied, "I don't want to eat." I said gently, "Don't be afraid, nothing will happen." She washed her hands, came back, sat on the chair in front of me, and started eating. After finishing, some food was left. She asked, "Can I take this home?" I smiled and said, "Of course." She became quiet. She started removing her veil. I said, "Stop. Come, sit near me." She was surprised. Looking into my eyes, she said, "Please hurry and do your work and drop me back." I said, "No. First tell me, why do you do this? Why do you sell your body? Just tell me one thing. Can you leave all this?" She looked at my face and said, "You seem crazy." I looked into her eyes and said, "Yes, I am crazy. Everyone thinks I am crazy." She said, "If you don't want to do anything, then drop me back." I placed my hand on her head. Then I took out 10,000 from my wallet and placed it in her hand. She was shocked. She said, "I can't take this. Why are you giving me this money?" I saw deep exhaustion on her face. She was holding back her tears. Again and again she said, "Just drop me back. I'm scared." I assured her there was nothing to fear. Then I said softly, "Tell me, life has hurt you a lot, hasn't it?" That was enough. Her eyes filled with tears, as if a disaster had fallen upon her. I understood she was carrying a great pain within her. She opened the door and said in a trembling voice, "Please drop me back." I asked her to sit and said, "My name is—" "Don't be afraid. Consider yourself safe." When she was finally convinced that there was no danger, she began to speak. "My husband died. I have 3 daughters. My in-laws threw me out. My parents had already passed away. I have no brother. I went to my uncle's house. My uncle's son raped me. When I told my aunt, everyone blamed me. They pushed me out of the house. A distant relative married me off to an old man who already had children. His children humiliated me constantly. Then that husband also died. With my daughters, I wandered from place to place. No roof, no food. Hunger and poverty surrounded us. I was standing on the road when a man came and said, 'I'll give you 5,000 for 1 hour.' Unwillingly, tortured by circumstances and driven by a mother's love, what choice did I have? I went with him. Now I sell my body every day. I have rented a house and leave my daughters alone to come here. What should I do? Many times I thought of killing myself, but when I look at my daughters, I lose the courage." She was crying. I could feel the cruelty of the world. I placed my hand on her head and said, "From today, I am your brother. Take your daughters and live in the room above my office." She couldn't believe it. I took her in the car and went to her house. Her daughters were asleep, so beautiful. I lifted them in my arms and felt peace in my heart. She kept crying. She said, "You are an angel. Who are you?" I brought her to my office. She kept raising her hands and praying for me endlessly. I told her, "Go and sleep." When I went to my office room, a face passed before my eyes. A girl arguing with her husband, saying, "Give me divorce, you don't value me." She was burning her own home because of foolishness. That poor girl doesn't know the bitterness of the world. She doesn't know how cruel life can be. I wanted to tell those girls who destroy their homes intentionally. Taking divorce is easy, but living afterward is a living death. Sometimes it's a mother-in-law's tears, sometimes a sister-in-law's drama, sometimes fights within the household. This happens in every home. That never means divorce or destroying a home. My hair turned grey at a young age after seeing thousands of tears. Keep your homes intact. A woman, I swear by God, is a prisoner chained by my society, sometimes sacrificed for a father's honour, sometimes poisoned by a mother-in-law's words, sometimes crushed under a husband's ego, and sometimes for the sake of children.